Oh yeah, it's crucial today because I definitely got something to say about something. Otherwise, it ain't nothing to be said at all. Hell, look, here I'm in bed still and got on my full PJs. I ain't playing. This weather ain't playing. Listen, I believe today is the first day of fall. I believe. Let me peek. Hold up. I can't do it right now, but when I get done, I will. Today the 22nd, I believe. So yeah, I believe this is the first day of fall. And like clockwork, this weather be like clockwork. It bring in that seasonal change, rain, and that cool air right on goddamn time. Like clockwork. Nature, I tell you what, is a phenomenal thing. That's why we need to let it be great and stop damaging it. I think we the problem on this damn planet. Them goddamn humans and such. Anyway, yeah, I came on to talk about this little season change a little bit because y'all know we still in the pandemic. I say that, I know y'all get tired of me saying that, but I mean, you have to acknowledge the obvious. You have to acknowledge, okay? Now, I happened to be up at the hospital the other day. And I was waiting for a ride to leave. And wasn't eavesdropping at all because when you talk loud, your voice carries. So anybody in earshot basically is in your conversation. Always remember that, everybody. Always remember that the choice you make on how loud you talk in a public setting around other people determines who actually is in your conversation or not. And people can't just stop hearing. Ears just can't all of a sudden stop working just because you saying something you think ain't none of their business. If you think it's not nobody's business, you need to be low whispering, you need to be low talking. So people can try harder to be nosy, and then you can pinpoint them out and you can cuss their ass out like, get your ass up out your business and find some of your own. Can I help you? Anyway, I overheard the conversation. And the conversation was about some children having COVID. You know, they back in person school now for the most part. And cheering, when I said cheering, so I was eating and then I threw some stuff away, passed by the trash can. I came back, I said, I'm sorry, I wasn't butting into your conversation, but I overheard you say that some children had COVID, brought it home, and everybody in their household ended up with COVID. So I had to inquire the age of the children. When the woman said, yeah, the children, 3, 5, and 6 or something like that, I'll say, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a file. I was not surprised, but a little bit shocked at the time of seeing that particular age group. Because, right now it's 12 and up that can get the vaccines if you're going to get poked, if you're going to do it. Starting at that age. I need to close my window. My room got cold. That's all right. Anyway. So, further conversation, the mother of the children was on the phone with her mother, who was the lady that was having the conversation that I overheard. And that she was directing her to come down to the hospital, to the 5th floor, whatever. They doing COVID test here. Just show up. No appointment needed. Just show up. Come to find out, the mother of all the children that bring home the COVID from school has an infant. That's a big family. That's a big family. Okay. And all of them got the COVID that they probably would not have gotten had the children not been back in in-person school amongst other children from different environments. See, they don't make this make sense. Then again, they say if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So them not making the dollars that they need to make having the schools open don't make sense. However, keeping children protected as much as possible from the COVID obviously don't make no sense neither. So, there's that. So anyway, thought about it, I simmered on it. And I just know this in-person thing is just an inevitable disaster, probably waiting to happen. Probably on the build-up stage, and I came because I had something to say because the season is changing. So our bodies have to adjust. Now, I slept in. I opened my eyes a little later than I normally open my eyes, and that's cute, right on time for how the weather is outside. You slumber a little bit more in cold, gloomy, rainy, seasonal change weather. Okay? So, I actually just got up at about 8:30. And for eyes opening, I'm awake and aware at least 2 hours earlier than that. Even if I go back to sleep, I don't remember 2 hours earlier than that. So that meant I was sleeping a little bit more. Anyway, because I know I'm rambling on a little bit, but we now have to deal with our bodies, because I sound a little goofy today, my dang on self. Changing and adjusting to the season, changing and adjusting. And that's normal. Now we now have to deal with what we normally come upon in the fall, as far as little illnesses and viral infections and things that are normally here. Let alone COVID. COVID just taking all the limelight right now. It's its time to shine, but it's outshining. It's overshadowing all the other stuff you also have to deal with. But it makes some damn sense. It made somehow, some way, some damn sense to send the children to school. Now y'all gonna need to make this make sense to me too. Make it make sense. When you knew it's something and you started for the first time, you got to practice, you got to learn, you got to build, you got to grow, you got to get better, right? Children's bodies, same thing. First time on this planet, this gonna be a breeze. No, it ain't. Because they got to do exactly that same thing. And they still processing. And they still processing. And the last thing to be complete is the common sense, logical, reasoning portion of the brain mechanism. Everything else should be pretty much fully developed by the time you reach 18. By the time you reach, we're going to say 20, knock the teen off your age. So we talking our most vulnerable children, from infants, whatever they can put in daycare, preschool, Head Start, kindergarten, all the way through elementary, all the way through middle. We talking our most vulnerable population. Running neck and neck with our seniors and anyone that has a compromised immune system and disabilities and whatnot. But them for sure. If everything across the board was on normal kicking cylinder, kicking on normal pace, they would be the most vulnerable population. Because they're trying to learn the ways of how to exist and deal on this planet. But they back in school doing what people do. Excuse my eye just started itching. Lord help me. Oh, okay. Doing what people do that don't know and understand how to do better. And if they don't have the proper guidance, the proper supervision, the proper environment, and the proper tools needed for that, it's a disaster waiting to happen. It's exactly that. Now you on pins and needles. If your baby come home with the sniffles, runny nose, a sneeze or two, you want to think under normal circumstances, they done caught a cold. Now mind you, if it's been over a year or so and your children really haven't been sick, know that the environment was part of what protected them from getting sick. Now we throw them to the wolves, aka back in school in person. And now we see the germs, the sickness spreading once again. So good luck to our first responder workers. Because on top of what COVID is doing, get ready for your heightened flu season, your heightened RSV, whatever that is, the respiratory compromise. Get ready for that season, and get ready for hand, mouth, foot, or hand, foot, mouth, whatever they call it, disease. Heightened. Get ready for all of that. Because they trying to get their limelight back. And COVID overshadowing. They doing too much. They about to gang up. So y'all about to damn near not be able to diagnose one beside the other. Because COVID will mess around and start manifesting and looking like everything else. It's a war on our health. And all I got to say, we need to be careful.